back to normality. Arsenal winning 4-0 at Ellen Road against Leeds. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The perfect response to a week from hell, especially in the Premier League, from everyone. The media, rival fans, rival, players jabbing with the Ahmad tweets and everything else, okay? This was the best response to shut off the noise, to know we're still the guys at the top right now. 7 points clear now. Yes, that's just until tomorrow. We'll see what's what then. But we can only do our job game by game. And of course, I always say when we play first, most of the time, we get the job done. We do the business. And thankfully, yeah, we did. It was very convincing. I know it's only Leeds, like with all due respect, we should be doing this to them, but it's away. It's Ellen Road. Like I said, they're no mugs at home, Yeah, they're a good team on their day. And we beat them, I think, earlier on in the season. We did the same here. The first 2 goals, I can't lie, it just felt a bit more like, just like what we always do. The first goal was very good. Madueke finally getting an assist. Loved it. Zubimendi header, great header. Right place, right time, technique on point. Not the biggest guy, but somehow he always wins these sort of headers. And whether it's for a goal or defensively, he's always there. Like, it's great. Of course, the keeper own goal. Now, it was a corner. It was one of those typical Arsenal fashion goals from the last year or so. And rival fans were just licking their lips. Oh, set piece again, ole, ole, and all that crap. But do you know what? I think we needed a goal like that to settle the nerves and just calm it all down and make sure Leeds didn't get any momentum in the game. The first couple minutes, you could tell the fans were up for it. They were up for a fight. But we handled business. We calmed the ball down. We didn't panic. We passed it into key areas. A lot of the players that were meant to stand up did, Declan Rice, Zubimendi. Unfortunate that Saka in the warm-up got injured. It kind of felt like a blessing in disguise, and I hate to say that because this was one of those games where Saka needed confidence, needed minutes, needed returns. But look, is what it is. Apparently Marino's injured with a foot injury as well, so who knows how long they're both out for. I think Saka was a hip injury. I don't know, man. He's in my fantasy league as well, so let's see what happens there. Gyökeres. Great goal. Martinelli coming on for Madueke. He looked a bit leggy. So Martinelli coming on the right, that looked good. I really like that. We haven't seen that too often recently. And yeah, cuts in on his left. And then Gyökeres does what we've been screaming for him to do. Gambling and not waiting for the ball to come to him. Him going to the ball, stretching his leg, getting there. Weren't the prettiest goal. I don't give a monkeys. A goal's a goal. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, outstretched leg. I think it came off his shin, which, look, poacher's goal, man. It is what it is. And Darlow, he scored an own goal for the second goal. And this one, he should have done better, I'll be honest. But again, goal's a goal. Striker's finish. Right place, right time. Do not give a monkeys. And people were talking, oh, he doesn't score open play goals. Oh, he doesn't score in the Premier League. Oh, you could stick an IKEA wardrobe up there, he'd score more goals. You know what? 3 goals out of 4 games, I'll take it. This is the sort of slow ticking form I need him to get into and keep up with, because although, yes, we haven't been happy with him, this is the time of the season where we need him the most, not when it's nice and sunny in August, September and whatever. Now, where it's freezing, where our back's against the walls, where we need goals in these games against Inter Milan and, you know what I mean? Havertz, we haven't spoken about him. He started ahead of Odegaard, and I think Odegaard needed it. He needed a slap in the face to be like, wake up. Same with the rest of the team, to be fair. But yeah, I was pleased with Havertz. He didn't do the most in the game in terms of, making a massive impact on the ball. But where I'll give him credit, off the ball, the pockets of spaces where he was going into, that's what Gyökeres needed in the game. And that's what we needed in the game. And overall, because the thing is with Odegaard, he comes in so deep where there's so much space in behind him and no one else is going into that space. Whereas the difference with Havertz, because naturally he's more of a centre forward striker, he's more up there like a 4-4-2. So he's going up there, relieving a bit of pressure off Gyökeres. Gyökeres was really getting into the defense, bullying them a little bit, and yeah, really giving them a good fight and something to think about. So that's something I really liked, and it felt like a game plan from Arteta. Havertz, for 60 minutes, I think he came on, he stayed on for. That's what he was doing, defensively, physically, and a lot of the time, like I said, the pockets of spaces he was picking up helped the rest of the team, like Madueke, even Zubimendi getting to the ball a little bit more. Why do I keep saying his name like that? Zubimendi. Yeah, great all round. Gabriel Jesus, just to round off the fourth goal, great bit of play. Odegaard getting his assist. You see Martin, he needs to play the left eight. I feel like where we've developed now, where we're playing a different type of system in a sense of, you know, like pivoting in the midfield, a lot of pivots. Him in the left eight just makes so much more sense than him on the right side or him trying to play the 10. Because on the left eight, it helps the right side and it's not too crowded because Timber gets so much more involved now on the right side. Obviously, Madueke as well, Saka, whoever else, or even Ben White. It's too crowded with him there now. And it's really getting on my nerves. And it's something that I've noticed and a lot of people have. So him shifting to the left eight takes a lot of pressure off that side to create. But also, when the ball switched over or when the ball is in play on that right side, there's freedom. There's more space. There's no one dropping too deep like he does and overcrowding that side. And it slows the ball down a lot. But anyway, he got his assist. Great little ball. Didn't overthink it. Just quickly into Gabriel Jesus. Jesus, amazing Yoga Benito goal. It wasn't the most flashiest. It was a double drag back. Bam. Striker's goal. Jesus type goal. And it was great. I really wanted him to get on the score sheet. He did. It was amazing, man. 86th minute. By that time, I felt Leeds were like, you know, done. I think by the third goal, they felt done because they had spells here and there, but nothing concrete. We really nullified their whole game, to be fair. And do you know what? Everyone played a great game. Every single player on that pitch, apart from Raya, because he didn't have much to do, to be fair. Yeah, it was just a great day away and a great time to bounce back and very much a statement game, you know. So yeah, it was great. I think if I had to pinpoint overall like a man of the match, you could argue Madueke because he probably had his best game. He got his 2 assists, gave the fullbacks a lot of trouble, kept the game ticking on our side, on his side as well. And yeah, Gabriel defensively stood up, you know, very good at the back. Yeah, I'd probably give it to Madueke, which is mad because overall, our centre mids didn't have too much to do because we controlled it well, picked up positions very well, even when we lost the ball. But no one had like an amazing game. It's just collectively we had such a great game. Does that make sense? So yeah, I could even give it to Gabriel, to be fair, because of how much he bossed that back line, you know. Didn't panic even when they had the ball in our box and whatever else. Beautiful. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see rival teams now, you know, what happens with them. I think Chelsea's playing now, should be kicked off against West Ham. But my thing is now, United against Fulham. The big games where they have to turn up, the pressure's on, like the big games they'll turn up for with a new manager bounce. But against Fulham, we'll see. We'll see. I don't mind. If they win, fair play. But City playing Spurs, that's going to be a big one. That's going to be very interesting. But look, let's see. We've done our job. We're 7 points clear still. Pressure's on City now, you know, and the fact that I love playing first, the fact that we're making a statement, we're saying, look, we're not these mugs from last season or the season before, the season before that. You know, this is a new Arsenal, more resilient. We can rotate where we need to. If someone of a Saka gets injured, we've got Madueke to come in and make an impact and do his thing, which he did. I'm so happy for him. One thing I need to say, which I was very glad at, it felt like his deliveries were so good in the corners, and I think even better than Declan Rice, to be fair. We should have had at least 7 goals, man. I know it sounds greedy, but the amount of chances we had, we should have had a lot more. But yeah, fair play to Madueke, did his thing. I'll be the first to hold my hands up and say, you know what? That's what we need, you know? I really do ridicule him sometimes because you see how much talent he has, like raw talent, but it's the end product where he doesn't show up some of the time, most of the time. And yeah, 2 assists, could add a lot more if we finished our dinner, but yeah, is what it is. Anyway, 4-0 against Leeds away. Perfect response. Again, I'm going to say it because I mean it. Let me know what you think down below. I could talk a lot about the team, about, you know, how we bossed the whole game in terms of possession. I know it was a bit more than it seems because we had 51 only, they have 49, but it felt like we let them have more possession because it was controlled off the ball play from us, you know, but we had 14 shots to their 3. That just kind of says it all, you know. Also, shots on target, we had 8. So that again says, you know, we should add more. Big chances missed, 5 from us. We had 12 corners. We calmed it down a lot, and I'm very happy we did. It wasn't emotional, it wasn't irrational, it wasn't nervy. It was just like, we're gonna roll up. Even our standing captain at the time, our vice captain, even our most important player, arguably, is injured. In the warm-up, 15 minutes to go, no problem. We got this. And yeah, we made a statement, man, and I love it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Match review, I should say, or reaction. Who we got next? Chelsea on Tuesday. Now, I am going to be live streaming that with my broski Cass. We're going to do like a joint live stream, so keep an eye out for that. Like, subscribe, comment, and share, all that good stuff, because it's going to be a good one, you know. Second leg to the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. Now, Chelsea are no mugs. They've picked up a lot of steam. They're doing great things with Rossini at the minute. So it's not going to be a pushover, you know, even though we're at home. We saw what happened against United at home. So yeah, we can be beat now. Let me know your thoughts down below. Did you watch the match? Did you catch the highlights? Who was your standout man of the match? And yeah, what do you think I don't know. Where do you think we are going forward? Like, are we going to be keeping that upward trajectory? Are we going to be, you know, just going back to how we were? It felt like the handbrake was off today, and that felt good. I hope we keep that going, because if we go back in our shell, we play too safe, it's just going to be all for nothing, you know? That slap in the face by United, from United, was all for nothing. And that's what we needed, because we just looked good, man. We looked like the 2022-2023 season, where we just attacked when we wanted to. It was flowing. It weren't too safe, you know? But yeah, leave all your thoughts down below. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. More content on the way. And yes, until the next episode, peace.